Hello, people. I do believe it's been a minute since we've had a proper conversation. You are watching Tanner Shev's slow descent into madness. You are tuning into the Manic episode. I am actually really good right now. I'm about to go to bed because, I gotta do that eventually. And things are slowing down in my brain, but I just thought I would ponder and reflect and do that unwinding with you. Holy hell, is our world going to shit. I didn't think in the span of one day or 1 week, even 1 month, that things could just get so hectic. But, time and time again, I'm constantly being proved wrong, and at this point, it's getting kind of embarrassing on my part, because, it's defeating me in my head. This stoic optimism that I have about, humanity progressing just keeps getting pulled from my ears all the time as I'm proving wrong. We clutch our pearls and look at our horoscopes and slip back into darkness all the time. It's not even just what we're consuming and the things we're believing. It's just every aspect of living is just a slip, at least in this current meta. And it's disappointing because overall, the overarching story of this history has been progress, but at what cost? And I think this cost is slowly starting to become more and more evident that maybe this is not the best purchase we collectively are making. I feel like we can make better transactions, There are better choices, better paths we could go down. And slowly it seems that people are starting to at least get the gist of that. But how they're receiving that information and how they're processing it is often concerning, and if I can be honest, at this point in the current meta, downright terrifying, because as I have talked about in the past 8 months, 2 years, since 2019, the overarching themes of the Republican Party at the moment are Christian nationalism, aka Christian fascism, and the Democratic Party, as it seems, is not really... It's tough, because, they're trying, but it sort of seems like a facade, They're not really putting in their best effort, it feels. And while there are a few genuine attempts and a few representatives who are genuinely trying, overall, the Democratic National Convention is not particularly doing anything. And I don't really know, at least for me, how to deal with that. I always ask in my videos, I think a key fundamental question is, what is to be done, right? What can we do? And the question still remains, what can we do? It's often a bit infuriating because you have, it seems, at least from my perspective, the moderate socialist perspective. I know, oxymoronic words, right? But the democratic socialist perspective, you have at least one side of the progressive movement trying to be like, hey, liberals, something, and it's not like the liberals, it's I often think the best thing to do in these situations is to breathe. I don't think there is a definitive answer, but it seems like the answer that we are accepting is always the wrong one. And I know I'm speaking in kind of vague phrases, but I guess the gist of what I'm getting at is this. powers that be in this country are choosing more and more to at least try to pull towards fascism, because fascism is when the economy and the state combine as one autonomous body, acting in unison or harmony. Now, there are many downfalls to this, but that seems to be the play for, honestly, the Democrat and just America at the moment. That seems to be the way things are trending. And, call me crazy, but that does kind of scare me. Two candidates, the candidates I would look out for, in the upcoming presidential elections are Ron DeSantis, and you know it, you love him, you hate to see him, the Donald Trump. Donald Trump last week has been doing press conferences saying how America is a communist country. They are already pushing the cultural Marxism rhetoric. They are literally gearing the voters up to believe in fascist rhetoric. The Daily Wire has been outwardly removing the mask for the last few months, but even in the last week, they've been just saying we need to get more aggressive. They are solidifying their party. They are unifying over one thing. They're organizing because they think they have power. And while this could be a mistake, only time will tell. But they are basically fortressing. They're buffering themselves, getting ready to attack. That is my fear. I hope I am wrong. Only time will tell. This is your boy Tanner, Shlama Show, signing out. As always, praise Bob, and God bless us all.